What's going on, guys? We're back in the garage today, and today's project is going to be fixing a broken bumper tab. So the previous owner had jacked up this bumper tab quite a bit. It wasn't fully broken like this, it was just kind of partially broken, and then just over the course of me taking the bumper on and off over the years, it has come completely off, and now every time I drive I gotta push the bumper back in, and it's driving me nuts. So today I'm going to address that. I've done a little bit of research trying to figure out the best way to do this. I've seen some guys try to take like a two-part plastic weld and bridge across that gap. I don't see there being any chance of that holding up if you remove the bumper at all. I've seen some mesh stuff and that just seems like overcomplicating it. So what I'm gonna do, I've got this scrap piece of aluminum here. It's about 1/8 of an inch thick. I'm probably just gonna JB weld this thing to the bottom of this tab and drill a hole in the right location. And that should be all you have to do. This may not work for every car, but on the S2000, you can see this is the screw that usually holds down on that, and this is the clip that the rest of the bumper has to slide under. So the key to this is the piece of aluminum has to be shorter than where this clip right here engages. You can basically make it wherever you want on this side, but you just got to cut it to where it's not going to hit that clip because the thickness won't fit in there. If you were to put it on the top side, then you would have a gap between your bumper, and you don't want that, so it's got to be on the bottom side. If for whatever reason the car you're trying to do this on had a clip right here, this method probably wouldn't work because the piece of metal won't fit between this clip. You might be able to get a thinner piece of metal and do the same thing, but yeah, just wanted to kind of explain that real quick. So let's get to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this to size. So I'm going to put this in here and mark where it needs to be cut at, and I'm using this clip back here as a reference. So yeah, now I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. So now that we got it cut to size, I'm going to go ahead and position it where it's going to fit. So it should be good right there. I'm just going to outline where the current slot is. Okay, so now I have the current slot marked in the material. I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. Well, here's what I came up with. I made this piece and the slot is 1/2 of an inch. So I basically just drilled 2 holes and then connected them together. And I picked up a vise to do that because doing it on with the clamp and wood method kind of sucked. I missed my old vise, so I had to go out and pick up another one. So that was a lot easier. I was able to connect those 2 1/2-inch holes, filed down each side, and now I have what you see here. So now the last thing we're going to want to do is take some wax and grease remover and just clean the underside of this tab here, so it'll give the epoxy a clean surface to adhere to. If yours is like mine, this is probably going to be really dirty just from years of being on a car. Probably going to want to do that a couple times with a clean surface of your towel. And now you're going to want to take your JB quick weld. Package looks like that. You're going to mix it 1:1. You don't need a whole lot of this stuff, especially since it's kind of a small part. Mix it up real good so it's nice and consistent color. Now let's go put it on the car. So we've got our JB weld mixed up. I'm just going to apply. First of all, you want to make sure you put it on the right side. So go ahead and do a test fit real quick. This is the side that's going to be up. So basically you just want to coat the side that's going to be facing up. I'm going to try not to make a mess, but that will inevitably happen. And just stick it on the bottom. hold it there for a few seconds until it sticks. So basically just let that dry for a few hours and you should be good to go. I actually put a couple little clamps on here and a microfiber towel just to hold the bumper out. Don't know if that's really necessary, but that'll keep the piece from falling off while the epoxy cures. Okay, this is what it looks like once everything is all dried and done. You can see that the hole lines up pretty well with where the OEM hole was, and now we have the piece of aluminum that will keep the bumper from coming out. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this back together and then we'll be good to go. And here it is all put back together. Everything went together nicely. I did end up having to do this twice. The first time my piece was too long and it interfered with that clip that I said not to interfere with, so I had to cut it down shorter, and that's why you might see two different pieces in the video. But the second piece worked really well, and we'll see how it holds up, but I have a feeling that's going to hold up a lot better than some of the other methods you find online. But yeah, that's all I have for today, so thanks for watching.